You guys are going to be excited about this one. So, we finally have the ability to share our student screens right to our projector, right to our screen through an app and an extension called Google Cast for Education. Google came out with this summer. I learned about it at ISTE. It's in beta mode. It really still is in beta mode, so I was giving it a little bit of time to work out some kinks and things like that, but we tested it this week at the middle school in one of the classrooms, and it seems to work pretty well. Might be a little bit slow at times, but it does work. So I can cast this screen to that screen. So to do so, you need yourself as a teacher need your laptop. Your laptop needs to be connected to your Promethean board. And then your students need their Chromebook, and their Chromebook needs to be updated to the current version, which is, I believe, version 52 or 53. If your student's Chromebook is not updated, this one is, but if it wasn't, you would see something down here that would basically indicate that it's not updated to the latest version. So make sure that you check that. If it is not working for a student, that is likely the reason. So let's start. I'm on my phone here, so mind the kind of shakiness here. Let's start as the teacher. So we're looking up at my desktop screen, and we're going to start as the teacher. So first, we've already made this easy for you and your students because we've pushed out the app to you and we've pushed out the extension to the students that is needed. So for you as the teacher, you're going to open a new tab. You're going to go to apps. So see up here, you've got your apps. Go ahead and click on apps. And then you're looking for the app called Google Cast for Education. You might have more than one tab of apps down here like I do. So make sure you just look through and you're looking for this one that says Google Cast for Education. You're going to open that. Now, the first time you open it, you're going to have to name your receiver. It's going to automatically come up with a little window that says name your receiver. I've named mine Walsh. I suggest that you name yours with your last name as well. Or you could say Miss Walsh or whatever the case may be. Okay, then what you need to do as the teacher in order for your students to be able to find your receiver and cast their screen to your screen is you need to share it with them. So you are sharing your receiver with your students so that when they're in your room, they are able to cast their screen to yours. So right here where it says share, I'm going to click on share. Now, I can either type in every student's name, or if you're using Google Classroom, once I click in this box, all of the classrooms that I have, classroom classes that I've created are listed here. So if you're using Google Classroom, they make this very easy for you to just add your classroom, click add, and then you'll save in a second. If you are not using Classroom, we can, I need to test this because I don't have any teacher dashboard Hapara groups, but you should be able to search for that group. So let's say I'm in Mr. Stazer's class. If I started typing Stazer, now it's going to end up pulling his name, but I believe it's going to pull the classes from teacher dashboard as well. So we'll have to test that out. Otherwise, you can type in individual student names. So I am actually signed into my Chromebook as this student. So I am going to share my receiver with her. You're going to want to leave it as can request because then you're going to have to approve or accept their ad. So I've added this new staff orientation group and I've added Isabel. So I'm going to click save. And now that's all you need to do as the teacher. So you need to name your classroom and then you need to share it with your classes. Okay? So now on the student Chromebook, what the student has to do is they have to look for this app. It's a little triangle with the little Wi-Fi symbol, and this is the Cast app. They could also go to the three little dots here and click on Cast. That's another option. So I'm just going to click on this extension. It's already pushed out to all of the students. When I click that, the student will get a box that looks like such. Your receiver should show up if you've shared it with the student. They then click on the name that they're wanting to connect to, so to your class, and then you'll see up on the teacher's screen in a second, it's loading, that you as the teacher have to accept. So the student can't just cast directly to you. You have to accept their cast. Now, this is just for one tab. The one tab that is open on the student's computer. Okay, I can see my mouse move, and I can go to anything that's within this tab, but I cannot go to another tab. So if I open another tab on the student's computer, notice it will not change on the teacher's. Or we can do it this way. So you have your students still go to the cast extension, but then we change this. See this little drop down? We can change this to cast desktop instead of just the tab. And then it's going to ask me, what do I want to display here? Oops, I got to choose Walsh. Now I need to display my internal display. That means I'm going to display this whole screen. Then I'm going to get the little notification up here. I want to accept Isabel. And now, if I open a new tab, if I'm Isabel, it's going to open that tab. If I go to another site, it will open and go to that site. If I search for something, it will go to that. And it's doing that on both screens. So if you have any questions about Google Cast, please let me know. I would love to come in the first time you're using it with your students to help you feel more comfortable. So please do not hesitate to reach out. Again, for the students to stop sharing, they just go to the extension and they stop. Or as the teacher, you can stop as well just by clicking on this X. And then it stops. And that's all.